Well, welcome back to the channel, folks. Today I'm just going to get some trying to see. I see these arrows on here, they're pointed this way. I don't know what that means. Guess I better read the instructions. Today I'm just going to be getting some soil ready to start some tomato plants and some sunflowers for market. My plan is to sell these seedlings, vegetable seedlings at the local farmers market, and as well as sell the sunflowers as a flowering plant on the flea market, as well as other stuff. So right now I don't usually use this seed starting mix, but it's convenient and it's not that cheap. I usually make my own, but a little lazy. I wish I'd done this a month ago, but I did. So now I'm playing catch up. I didn't have a greenhouse. I was planning on building one. I didn't. There again, too many projects going on. But I'm just going to fill these up. And I'm not putting the seeds in them yet, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Mainly because sometimes when you put the seeds in there, and then you water it, don't go in there. I don't like to compact like that. Sometimes you get your seeds covered well. Sometimes you get seeds covered really deep. So I like to water it first. And I'll let it sit here in the sun. It's about 70, I don't know, 72 today. The wind's blowing out of the east, southeast, so it will dry out pretty good. And just kind of level all this out. Don't want to waste more of this. Like I said, and here's the thing about starting mix. It doesn't have to be the best soil, because seeds are designed by God to have enough nutrients in that seed for up till the first few leaves. So I've done experiments in the past where I just took some crappy soil I dug out someplace versus, very well fertilized soil, and the seedlings, there was virtually no difference. Now once they get 2 or 3 leaves on them, tap it down, you can see that settling down. Once you get a couple leaves on there, then you need some good soil. I'm just going to quickly water this. Make sure all the cells got a little bit of water in them. Okay, now these will all be beefsteak tomatoes. And like I said, it's the first week of March. Put that aside, the first week of March. And what I will do, I will stagger my tomato plants about 2 to 3 weeks apart, so I'll have different. So if I sell out of these, then I have some coming behind them ready to sell. I don't want it all the same age, or I may end up having to put them in larger pots. Don't really want to do that. I want to sell them. I'll transplant these into a little bit larger pots, and that's fine. I really don't want to spend all summer transplanting different plants into pots. So let me get some sunflower pots ready. Okay, this is a bucket I got about, I don't know, a third to a half full of just old ashes and charwood. And then I've got some more of just the leaf. I'm trying to think what you call it. It's not the leaves themselves, but the layer below where they're decomposing. Then I'm putting some of this commercial mix. You could use peat moss, but I didn't stop getting no peat moss, so there you go. Sunflowers do not need rich soil. They grow very well in poor soil. You can you can abuse those poor things and they still will grow well. So that's why I love them so much. And well, a lot of people love them. So, but I'm just kind of making this up. Don't want no roots in there from weeds, obviously. But this is my kind of homemade potting soil for sunflowers. Now, I'm not going to transplant them. Is the reason I'm using this instead of this, peat moss or something. Big old piece of charwood right there. This is just where I burned a big brush pile earlier in the year, and you can see it just had a big old pile of ashes and stuff there. So probably put too much ashes and stuff in there, but that's fine. Now, I've never sold plants at a market like this before, so if you haven't liked and subscribed already and you're interested in doing something like this, go ahead and like and subscribe so you can follow along, and I'll show you everything that... Watch out, little dog. Show you what I'm doing. So we'll go get the pots and we'll start potting some of these up. Okay, these are some pots. These may be 6 inches. I got these at Walmart for 97 cents a piece, and you'll want to keep that in mind when you go to, if you're doing this, when you go to sell them, that you got at least $1 in the pot plus plants and the soil. So that's another reason I don't use real expensive soil, potting soil, when doing sunflowers. They just don't need it, and it's going to bite into your cost. Trying to make sure I don't get none of the roots in there. Looks good. And if you see, that looks really good. Just try to get the acorns and what have you out. I'm going to fill them up to about right here. That's all you need. That way later on you can add some fertilizer or something else to them. You could do this in 4-inch pots. Want to tap it. This may be a huge disaster, but we're going to see. Something I always wanted to try, so I'm going to try it this year. Shake up my soil a little bit more. Oh yeah, it's really wet. Oh, ashes and stuff, they really hold in, that charwood really holds the moisture in. No grass in there either. I'll probably let these set out for a day or so, because the soil where I got the ashes and stuff is really moist, a little too moist for my liking. Well, I did, I had 20 pots to start with. I did 17 pots, so I'll take you out of the, let me show you what I got. Probably about an hour or so I'll plant my tomatoes there, my tomato seeds. And I'm, like I said, this first batch will be beefsteaks. I'm real bad when I get an idea and start running with it. I want to do everything. You know, I probably had 10 varieties of tomatoes I wanted to plant to do this. And I got a hold of myself and said, keep it simple, stupid. So I'm only going to start off with 4 varieties of tomatoes. And it'll probably be beefsteaks, mortgage lifters, Arkansas travelers, because they're heat tolerant. And I also ordered another heat tolerant variety. I forgot what it is. And 5 variety tomatoes. And I ordered several hundred seeds of the miniature micro tomatoes, tiny toms. And I will put those in probably either 6-inch or 8-inch pots or something like that, and sell them for a lot higher. So, okay, let me let that over there rest a little bit, dry out a little bit, and we'll start planting tomatoes. Another thing I picked up while I was in town, you know how you just pick up stuff that you don't need, but you like to grow anyway. Potatoes. I love growing potatoes. I don't eat hardly any longer that I'm, you know, watching my weight and everything. Excuse me while I scratch my back with my sharp pocket knife. But anyway, I love Northern Reds. I love eating them. I love growing them. They're early varieties, so I picked up. I don't know if I have to cut these or not, because these don't look like they have very many eyes on them. Nope. If they're just got one sprout, that's all. I'm good with that. These were rather expensive in my opinion, $3 a package. Now, you can wait if you want to wait longer, and sometimes I do. The feed store and stuff like that, if they have ones left over, they'll mark them down. One year I got them for like 50 cents a bundle, and I bought several, and I think I made a video on that. We'll be planting these in containers again. No, I know I have a video on that. Well, let go, little tuber. I'm gonna have to cut you out of there. Yeah, he grew through the. It grew through the plastic vent hole, and when it got larger, at some point it grew back through the vent hole. I just hate breaking those tubes off, because I think it gives them such a good head start. Oh, oh no. Now this one has 3 on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it right through here. Get a few more potatoes, and they're so small. This one has 2, but they're all at one end. So I'm going to leave them like that. Now this one has 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can see I'm going to cut it. Now I'm going to let these dry for a while. They still got a lot of moisture in them. If I really wanted to, I'd go ahead and plant them just like this, and they'd be fine. But I can get a few more tomato plants off of them this way. This one has 2. I'm going to leave it. This one has several, but they're all coming out one end, so I'm going to leave it. Uh-oh, that's it. Wow. Well, I got wow. I got 6 potatoes for $3. Wow, it's not that great. Now, I cut several of them in 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I have 8, so I guess I cut 2 of them in 2. Okay, well, we'll let them sit up for about a week, dry up a little bit, get a good skin on the part I cut, and then I'll get my containers, and I'll show you planting those potatoes in containers again. Another thing I'll do, someone asked me on one of my videos about the asparagus. Well, it was doing really well at the other place in a container, but when I left the landlord that container of asparagus because they like asparagus, so I have to start over. Okay, well, let's get to planting. Now I have ordered some seeds in bulk, but there again I waited a little long and they're not in yet. So I just went down and bought some beefsteak seeds here. This will get me started. The only way I would buy these if it was like the previous year at the end of the season, you could get these things for 25-50 cents a package, not $1.44. That's a little much. And I'll also tell you, some of y'all like to buy them 20-cent packages of seeds. That company puts them out. The reason those are only 20 cents, they don't have very many seeds in them. So if you think you're getting a good deal, think again. So I'm going to go get my tweezers and we will start planting. It's starting to get windy now. Yeah, I'm planting tomato seeds. I may bring them up here I may do that, bring them up here where winds block them a little bit. That's a good idea, Don. Why don't you bring them up here out of the wind and plant them? Okay, let me get started. Okay, it's been about an hour since I potted this up and watered it down. I'm going to go with 2 seeds per cell to start with. Wow. I need magnifying glasses for glasses, and we're going to plant them a 1/4 inch deep. Which is about the, and that's just to make sure I have at least one germinate. Not going to pack the potting soil down, or the starting mix down very tight, because I don't want to hinder that. I want that seed to struggle, plant to struggle a little bit trying to get out, but not so much that it dies. I don't know about these hexagon or whatever that shit they are. I don't know why they made them like this. I think it's more of a marketing gimmick. But if it's not and y'all know why, let me know. There, this is 72 cell tray. Planting 2 seeds per cell. Hoping just one of them will come up. If 2 of them come up, if I can get them apart, I will and transplant them. If not, oh well. One dies, one lives. That's kind of the way some of the world lives. These are neat little tweezers. I got these with a pack of, I think there was 3 of them in a pack at Harbor Freight. Oh, okay. That was 144 tomato seeds planted. Beefsteaks. Now what I'll probably do as well is find me a small little plot out there and sow some of those seeds. It's a little early. Like I said, it's the first week of March here in Oklahoma. I typically would not put tomato plants in the soil until at least April 15th. Because that was definitely the end of the frost. Sometimes I could put them in, last week of March, first week of April, do okay. Other times I have put them in the second week of April. Week later we get a hard killing frost or something like that, freeze or whatever. Not killing frost, or freeze, so mess them up. So I may do that just so I will have some plants ready that I can just dig out of the ground, transplant, and run with. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. Right now I've got a lot of beefsteak seeds, so I don't know what I'll do. I am will be staggering my plantings, as I explained earlier, so that throughout the year I will have plants to sell. I probably plan on selling plants up through May. A lot of people don't have their gardens in April, so I want to make sure I have plenty for April. Then most people are burned out on gardening and do not do a fall garden, although my fall gardens always do better than my spring gardens for the most part. Some of the best tomatoes I've ever had were in the fall when we'd have a late frost. I've grown tomatoes up until Thanksgiving some years, and just got tired of picking them and telling their friends and neighbors, "You want tomatoes? Come and get them. I'm sick of them." But anyway, I may do that, so who knows. Whatever I do, I'll bring y'all along. Okay, I don't know if I have enough seeds. I went and looked in there. I only had one packet of dwarf incredibles. And so I'll put one seed per pot. Now I have some dwarf teddy bears, but here's the thing about dwarf teddy bears. You gotta be real careful. There's different types of dwarf teddy bears. Some will get 15 to 18 inches tall. Some will get 3 feet tall. Well, I got, there again, this thing, dwarf incredible. Now I do have more. I ordered some. These I picked up locally, but I ordered some. Haven't come in yet. So, but on the teddy bears, some will get 3 foot tall. You want to make sure the kind you get, if you're going to sell them in pots as a potting plant, are the shorter ones. Now I'm going to plant these about 1/4 inch deep as well. Hopefully I've got 17 seeds. I'm going to put one seed per pot. Seeds in that packet. Why I order bulk seeds. Okay. Put something else in these. I'm just going to lightly water them. I just want to kind of get that soil on top wet, moist. Let them sit out here the rest of the afternoon. Find something to put over top of them. And update you whenever they start sprouting. So anyway, I see it's 4, that's 8, 10, 14. We got 14 of those of the dwarf incredibles. Like I said, I have more seeds ordered in bulk. but I just got impatient and bought some at the store. Okay, got a piece of roofing over these sunflower pots. I've always believed sunflowers did better sprouting in the dark. So I'll leave this on for about I don't know, 5 days to a week, and then check them throughout the week, see if they're sprouting. Okay, got the tomatoes out here under the little dome. By the way, these clamps from Dollar Tree are crap. Well, they might not be crap, they just don't work well with this. So I'll probably get a couple large rubber bands, put across there, hold that lid on. So anyway, right now it's working. So yeah, that's all the seed planting I'm going to do for today. Like I said, I need to figure out what other vegetables. I'm not going to do too many more, different variety. Maybe some cucumber, stuff like that, watermelons, cantaloupe. But that watermelons, cantaloupe will be later on. They'll probably be middle of this month, maybe in 2 weeks. Like I said, I want to have all the plants ready for people to plant in April and May. And by then, I'm sure I will have my fill of selling plants. And then maybe start it up in the fall. I don't know. It just depends on how it goes. I'm gonna give this a try. I'm looking at maybe buying some chicks, growing them up, and then not all the way, but growing them to, you know, pullets and stuff like that, and then selling those as well. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Again, I thank y'all for those who comment and those who subscribe. I appreciate every one of y'all sharing the videos, because it makes this channel grow, and I thank you. So if you've ever been interested in selling seedlings or flowers at a flea market or anywhere, follow along. Make sure you like and subscribe so you'll get every video when it comes out. So anyway, Donald, 1 Acre Homesteader, I'm out of here.